friends, welcome back to another Running Diary series episode. This one is a little bit different. We are taking to the streets. No, literally. Today was our first time running through downtown Raleigh, and we weren't really sure what to expect. Would the stoplights throw us off? Would it feel too chaotic? Well, spoiler alert, it was actually kind of amazing. So grab your coffee, your running shoes, or just settle in and let's run through the city together. Welcome back to the channel for another vlog. It is Tuesday morning, and today we thought we would mix things up a little bit and go for a run in the city. So if you're new here, we live in downtown Raleigh, and we are new to the city life as of the past several, well, I'd probably say 6 months, I think, in total. So we're still adjusting to the city, and we have yet to go for an actual city run. So I'm excited to check it all out. I don't know how it's gonna work with stoplights and traffic and all the things, so we're really gonna have to focus and pay attention, which is a little bit different than whenever you can go either on the treadmill, zone out to your headphones, or just go for a run on some trails. So let's just check it out and see how it goes. If you're new here, I'm Chelsea from Just Me Chelsea B, and this is little Gary, and I'm gonna go for a run with Nick, and we are going to probably run between 3 and 4 miles. We'll just see how our legs feel for today. And it's also early spring, so I had to take some allergy medicine. Lately, my allergies have been killing me because spring has sprung in Raleigh, and you can already tell there's like a little teeny tiny pollen haze in the air. I have year-long allergies. It's not seasonal, so they follow me everywhere I go, but I can definitely tell there's something in the air lately with spring, but I'll take it. I won't complain because I'm completely over winter. Let's go for a quick run outside and check out the city. All right, here we go. First run in downtown Raleigh. I was honestly curious how this would go. I've done trails, neighborhoods, a lot of treadmill running, and even along the beach, but weaving through a city, that's totally new to me. I mean, we've lived in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is obviously a capital city, but we ran mostly in neighborhoods there or along the river trail, but never in the heart of downtown. So I used to think that the stoplights and the busy streets would totally mess with my pace or make it really hard to stay on pace or even focused on what I was doing. But over all these years of running, despite the environment, one thing I have learned is that not every run needs to feel like a perfect run. It is totally okay for a run to just be a run. No pressure to hit a perfect pace or to avoid every slowdown. Some days are just about movement more than momentum. Running through a city makes you notice things you totally miss in a car, like murals you've passed by a dozen times but never actually seen, houses and neighborhoods that you've completely overlooked, the way people dress for the weather, the smell of fresh coffee outside a coffee shop. That's one of my favorite things. It is honestly one of my favorite parts of running. It just makes you feel so much more present. You start to realize how much life is actually happening around you when you slow down enough to actually take it in. And even if I'm clocking the miles, it feels like I'm exploring and not just exercising. We just hit 1 mile. Not so bad. We haven't had to stop that much, which is really nice. 8:31 pace for the first mile.
That really?
Yeah.
That's good. That felt bad.
I'm already out of breath.
I don't know if we're going downhill or what.
Probably. Quick reminder, nobody's watching you as much as you think. Seriously, I used to be so self-conscious running in public, worried I looked completely out of breath or was just breathing way too loud or just running awkward really. But most people are just way too busy with their own lives and their own days to care how fast or slow you're actually moving. They're really not paying much attention. And here's the thing, confidence, it grows through exposure.
The incline is so hard and it's not even that steep. I need to do more hill work.
The more you run in public, the less it really bothers you what people are thinking around you. So if you're holding back because of how you think you look when you're on the run, go anyway, run anyway. Confidence does not come first, it follows.
They're watering so bad. I guess my allergy medicine isn't fully working, but other than that, not so bad.
Another thing that creeps in during runs, especially longer ones, is that little voice saying, you're not fast enough. This isn't a real workout. And honestly, that voice needs to really be quiet. Running doesn't have to be about proving anything to anybody at all. It can just be about movement, about giving your mind some space to breathe while your body does something kind for you. Not every run has to be a grind. Some can just be for the fun of it.
We're at 2.5 miles. It feels so good today. Really good run.
Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route. Always had a way to make it work and find another route.
Hey, look at the palm tree. I never noticed that. Okay, so we did a 5K so far. Not too bad. We're doing really good despite the incline. Okay, so we were at 3.32 miles and we're taking a little break at Fred Fletcher Park. Catching a breather because I'm out of breath. Well, running in the city is not near as bad as I thought it would be. You just follow the lights, so you can just change directions if you need to. And what we've learned about Raleigh is it's kind of just like one big square. So as long as we kind of have a general idea of where certain buildings are, we can figure out where we're at. But we are, I don't know if we'll run back or not, but we're just gonna cool off a little bit over here. It's so pretty outside today, and we are loving the spring, and we're catching the tail end of the cherry blossom season, so the trees are really pretty. So this park actually was listed as one of the top places to check out the flowers in the city, and it's just so beautiful. It kind of reminds us of Eden Gardens on 30A. Let me show you just some of the pretty blooms. I think that's what was at 30A. So it's 63 degrees today and super sunny, and then it should be pretty much the rest of the week. We're warming up, which is so exciting. It's supposed to get to 73, but this feels pretty warm to me. Okay, we are done resting, cooled down, so we're about to try to run back. I think it's about a mile, so it shouldn't be too bad. So let's get running.
The last mile always humbles me, especially whenever it ends on an uphill climb. Even when I feel so strong mentally, my body is seriously saying, hey, so we've been doing this for a really long time, right? And that's when I start reminding myself of grace. I remind myself the best runs are not always the fastest ones. It's a hard lesson to really sink in, but it's a really important one. These runs are the ones that you finish, even if you had to pause at a light or take a breath at the top of a hill, or even take walk breaks every few minutes just to get the miles done. Some runs really are for speed, some are for strength, and then some are like this one. They're just for showing up and saying, I am doing this for me, and that counts so much. So 4 miles in the city today. I did not know what to expect whenever we kicked this run off, but this kind of run reminds me why I truly love mixing it up. You do not always need new shoes or a new goal to ignite your motivation. Sometimes you just need a new route.
All right, 4.2 total, not too bad. 41 minutes total, I think. I'll have to check out the pace in just a second, but we did it. First city run in the books. Okay, so we're back from our run, and I wanted to do just a couple takeaways from our first city run. Like I said earlier, it really wasn't near as bad as I thought it would be. We were able to just kind of flow through the lights. That's what we were concerned with, that we'd have to stop a million times. But it really wasn't bad. I can't wait. I'm already excited for our next one. And there's so many different routes you can take throughout the city to go to different parks and different greenways and everything. So we'll have to keep up with our city runs for sure. We'll mix it in with some trail runs and, you know, all the other things. But so that was probably my first takeaway, is that it really wasn't near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Also, just changing up your route is so nice. I've obviously been running on the treadmill a lot, but changing up your route and not knowing really where you're at or how far you have to go really works wonders for your mind. Trying to keep your mind just focused on currently like where you're at running the mile you're in, versus like if you know your route and you know exactly how much you have left, it can sometimes wear on you for the run. So it's nice to just kind of go with the flow, not really know where you're gonna stop or what turn you're gonna take. It keeps your mind busy on that. So that's probably my second best takeaway from the city run. Third takeaway is running in the spring is probably my favorite. I go through like ebbs and flows with running where you can look on my Strava and you can see there's like a huge pickup and then a drop off, a pickup and a drop off throughout the seasons. And spring is probably over the years my most consistent time of year that I like to run. It just feels amazing outside. I think I'm like craving the vitamin D and the sunshine, and it just feels so great to get outside and get some fresh air and break up the workday. So overall, I would say that run was a 10 out of 10. I really loved it, and I'm already excited for our next one. So thank y'all for running in the city with us. We can't wait to bring y'all along for another running adventure sometime soon. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
All right, thanks for tagging along on this run with me, guys. There's something about city miles that just hits different. More distractions, sure, but also so much more to take in. And if you're thinking about switching up your routine, take this as your sign. Try a new route, shake things up a bit. It does not have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Same shoes, new perspective.